Hi Sagittarius, I'm Honey Mustara and today I'm going to be doing your May 2025 reading. So before we get into the reading itself, I just want to tell you about the Scorpio full moon. It should be happening around kind of the 12th, 13th of May, kind of depends where you are in the world. But essentially it's going to be quite a transformational full moon that's kind of centered around a deep inner change because it will be in the sign of Scorpio. And then also with Scorpio energy, there is kind of a theme of like social taboos such as like sexuality, mystery, secrets, that sort of thing. Right, so let's get into the reading. So we have surrender to the divine, full moon. So I feel as though the full moon, you may want to kind of pay attention to it or do some sort of spiritual work or like any kind of personal growth around that time. And then take time to breathe out. So usually the disseminating moon is the next couple of days after the full moon. So I feel like probably from the 12th till about the 18th will be quite pivotal for you. But yeah, there's definitely something that we need to release. Okay, cool. Let's wipe these over here. Right, so we'll get into the actual reading portion. So what does Sagittarius need to know? So we have the Tower in the reverse, which usually means that there is something that you're avoiding or something that you have just avoided. So that could be seen as like a good thing or a more negative thing. We'll see what else pops out. Take that one. We have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel as though it may be worth watching your spending this month. Or there is some sort of like financial emergency that might crop up. So I'd advise you to save as much as possible. Kind of getting that you may be reading up on like financial literacy or seeking some sort of financial advice or kind of researching different ways that you can save your money or invest your money. These two that fell out. So we have the Strength, which is Leo energy, and we have the Sun, which is also Leo energy. So I feel as though for these two to be in line with one another, there is definitely something that you're really not wanting to see, that you've been avoiding, that will soon come to light, because the Sun often represents some sort of clarity. Or surprising news is what I heard. Can you tell me about the Strength card, please? Oh. So I feel as though for whatever reason you've had to be like strong for a very long time, or you've kept things kind of bottled up. And I'm getting that now is the time to surrender. To really deal with the way that you've been feeling. So perhaps it's not like actual money problems with the Four of Pentacles. Maybe it's like a lack mentality that you've been feeling. Anything else for Sagittarius for the month of May? Take that one. Okay. Pop that there. So I feel as though there is like a lack mentality that you've been feeling, or you're wondering why something hasn't quite materialized yet. And so there's kind of a lack of gratitude for what you have presently. But I think that you're a very rich person in terms of friends and the company that you keep. And I also feel as well that maybe this, whatever it is that you've been avoiding, I feel like the clarity may be connected with your friends, or you may hear the news from your friends, or a conversation with a friend may kind of open your eyes to something. So yeah, I can see that you are trying. So go from a page to a knight. So I feel as though you are definitely trying to pull yourself out of that rut, whether it is like financial issues, job issues, or whether it's kind of a more complex thing than that in terms of, you know, like a lack mentality, not feeling enough, not feeling accomplished. I get that whatever this news is, or this clarity is, there may be... I just feel like the advice is to not be reactive at this time. To kind of take a second before you answer back, rather than kind of acting out of anger. Then we have another page. maybe like news about children or something to do with children. Okay, so it's interesting because now with this last card, I'm kind of getting the whatever news you hear or whatever clarity kind of comes to you to sort of take it with a pinch of salt. Because maybe somebody's got the wrong end of the stick and they're kind of delivering like information that's not completely true, or whoever's told them has kind of twisted it in some way, and so when it's passed on to you, it's not what was originally said. But yeah, there's something about like not taking this at face value and kind of forming your own opinion and possibly talking to other people or like seeking out information from other sources before you just like blindly trust what one person has to say to you. And then I'm also getting kind of that whatever is said, then as I said before, there may be a temptation to react out of anger. And so I think with that, the lesson here would be to kind of see that as a clarity, as a clarifying moment, and kind of use that scorpionic transformational energy of the full moon to kind of pick apart why your reaction was anger, or you know, like why you had a negative reaction. You know, kind of looking at your shadow self and how that's kind of crept out one way or another. Okay, so last but not least, I am going to get a divine guidance card. But yeah, Sagittarius, I feel this is quite like a quite an obscure reading. But yeah, I feel as though something is definitely brewing one way or another. And I kind of feel like around the time of the full moon or slightly after is when this news is, all this clarity is going to come forth. Number 3 may be significant for you. So this is the expansion card. And it usually kind of crops up when like when there are things that are going to be added to our lives soon. So I feel as though maybe there will be a better job offer, a little bit more money kind of flowing in. Possibly an expansion of a friend group. But yeah, either way, amidst like all this kind of confusion and this this news or this clarity, there is definitely expansion on your way. Alright, Sagittarius. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.